what's going on, YouTubers? One, I want to thank all the subscribers for subscribing, man. I really appreciate it. It's not really what I'm looking for, but man, I appreciate it. It definitely keeps me going on helping y'all out and working you through my experience so I can help you through your experience. But anyways, one thing I want to talk about today is be careful out there. And what I mean by that is I've already one load of 800 miles, and I have seen 5 rolled over trucks from this winter storm that just came in. I will post a picture in this video. At the very end of the video, I will send a picture of one of the trucks I was able to get a picture of. None of them have been a prime truck, although I did hear that 3 prime trucks tipped over the night, what was it, Friday, or what's today? Today's Friday, so Wednesday night. 2 in Texas, 1 in Iowa. They were empty, of course, and when you're empty, anything really over 20-30 miles an hour, you don't really want to be you really don't want to be on the road when you're empty. I mean, the gusts can push you over in a heartbeat. We're classified as high profile vehicles. We're very top heavy, so you do not want to be on the roads. I did get on the road, but I was very careful. I drove anywhere between 35 and 50 miles an hour. 50 was the max I would go. I had to go 70 miles to my 01, and my appointment was at 9. They didn't end up loading me till 3 a.m. the next day anyway, so that kind of sucked. But at the same time, I wanted to be there. That way when I started my next day, I could go ahead and, you know, use a full 11 hours and not be wasting a day. You see what I'm saying? Although, so I just took it very careful, very slow. If I felt like I was getting pushed around too much, I would pull over and stop, just let it calm down for a little bit. It was 50-mile-an-hour gust in Missouri that Wednesday night, so, and I was empty, so I mean that'll push you over in a heartbeat. So I just took it very easy, very slow. Pretty much rode the whole way with hazards. I don't even know if that's illegal or not, but I did, because I was kind of obstructing traffic at the thing. But I made it to my 01 safely because I took action and to do it safely. But guys, I've seen 5, guys and gals, whoever's watching, I've seen 5 rolled over trucks. I've heard of 3 primes. Those 5 that I saw was just on my 1 trip to Colorado. I saw 2 in Colorado and 3 in Kansas. I saw, what was it? 2 on I-35, 3 on I-70, and they weren't pretty. They had to have sucked. It had to have been very scary. And to be honest with you, depending on the situation, those guys may not have jobs anymore, depending on if they knew not to drive or not. You know, 1, you don't want to put your life at risk, and 2, you don't want to also lose your job either. So make sure you're taking precaution. If you don't feel safe, don't try to get your pride in there. Don't try to be Billy Badass. Don't be like, I can do this. You know, I don't care what your skill is, man. Don't put your life at risk, and don't risk your job either. You know, you roll over one of these rigs, it could be either or. You know, you might survive it, depending on how severe it is. And that's also if there's flat land next to you. You don't want to roll over if there's a cliff next to you. You may not see another light of day because you wanted to be ballsy and try to take action and be like, I can do this, I'm Billy Badass. So, guys, I'm a new driver. I'm not perfect either, but that Wednesday night, I was getting loaded with 33,000 pounds. So, I probably would have been okay to drive at 50 miles an hour. But I even told my dispatch, I said, I'm not driving. If I get my load on time, which my appointment was at 9 p.m., I got there at 4:30 because I wanted to leave extra early so I could be there on time. I was at the terminal, and I had to go south to Missouri to get this load. And But I straight up told him, I said, even if I get my load on time, I'm not leaving tonight. They have overnight parking at the O1. I'm staying there. You know, I'll leave out as soon as I can in the morning when the winds die down. It's that simple. So at 3 a.m., I loaded up. Well, when I got my load, actually it was like 3:30, so I actually didn't leave till 4. So it really didn't matter anyways. I was going to stay there anyways. But I got my load, and I left about 4, and winds were calm. It did start pouring rain on me, but pouring rain, you know, it sucks. It's tiring. You got to slow down. But I would take rain, pouring rain, light, you know, light, heavy, however you want to call it. I would take that over heavy wind any day. Yeah, you still have hydroplaning. You still got a bunch of things. You may, if it's heavy rain, you may not be able to see very well. You still have precautions that you need to take, but heavy wind, boop, just push your ass over. So heavy wind ain't nothing to play with. It's about as bad as snow or ice. So anyway, so yeah, I just want to do this video talking about that. Be safe out there, especially if you're in PSD or TNT. Make sure and ask your trainer what y'all should do. Don't be afraid, right? Even in PSD or TNT, to say I'm not driving. I'm not doing it. If you want to try it, then have at it. You know, if you're a senior driver. But I'm gonna be honest with you, senior drivers, I want to say the 5 trucks that I saw, they were more than likely senior drivers. Now, I don't know, they could be newbies like me or something, but to be honest with you, they were, they look like older owner-operator trucks that worked for companies that would hire people with experience. So, you know, none of them were like big name brand like Steven Transport or Prime, or, you know, that would have newbies. Again, I don't know, I'm not there, I don't know the person, I'm just speculating, I'm just going, judging a book by its cover, I guess you'd call it. But they look like seasoned drivers. So, you know, put your net on and let them have at it. If that's what they want to do, it's their truck. But if you don't feel comfortable driving, tell your trainer, tell your fleet manager, I'm not driving. It's that simple. Actually, where I'm at right now, I'm in Colorado right now, and they had a ton of snow northwest and west. Honestly, I want to make it back home to my family for Christmas. So I straight up told my dispatcher and my fleet manager that, well, hey, for my fleet plan, please send me east or south. I don't feel comfortable driving west or northwest. I want to be home for the holidays. One, I don't want to sit. I need to make a paycheck, but well, I want to make a paycheck, but I also want to be home safely for the holidays. Don't send me up in the snow where I'm either going to have to sit and wait for the bad weather to clear up, or 2, for me to die. So, you know, I straight up just told him, so please send me east or south. You know, I'm just up front and up, you know, very frontal about it. So don't be scared to do that either. So anyways, guys, y'all take care, be safe, make sure and ask your trainers or your fleet manager, hey man, what should I do in this situation? Or is it safe for me to even drive in this? Or purely, if you don't feel safe, say I'm not driving. I will pick back up when I feel comfortable. It's that simple. A late load is more than okay if it means saving your life or your job or your paycheck or whatever. They can deal with the late load on their own. I'll deliver a late load any day before I risk my own life or my paycheck. It just ain't gonna happen. The only other thing I have to say is make sure and this is a perfect time if you're out training right now to do PST, TNT. The reason I say this is a perfect time is December to February, March is usually the worst weather of America. That's when you're going to get ice, snow. It's just crazy weather time. I mean, the United States just straight goes bipolar with its weather at that time. So you'll be able to figure out what to drive in, what weights are good where, you know, weather conditions. You'll be able to find out how to put tire chains on, where you need tire chains at. Make sure and ask those questions. Last thing you want to do is be out here on your own and I got through training, I'm all good to go. Sir, it's you know, the chain law is up, you need to put your chains on. how do I do that? You know, so, you know, well, I'm gonna YouTube it, I'm gonna Google it. So make sure and do that. Make sure and ask your trainers. Maybe you might get in that situation. Maybe your trainer feels cool enough to, or feels comfortable enough to be in that situation, and you'll get the perfect training at that time. That's awesome. But this is the best time to do your training. Best time, because you'll be able to learn all that. During the summer, what you gonna do? Learn how to drive in rain and wind? Okay, you get that all season, so, or all you know, all seasons. But anyways, y'all take care. Be safe out there. I will do a couple more videos out here before I head home on the 22nd. Yeah, y'all take care, and thank you for subscribing. Please like, comment if y'all got any questions. And if you don't watch any more of my videos before the holidays, have a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever the hell you celebrate. I'm not politically correct. Don't care to be. So I'm gonna tell you Merry Christmas, but you celebrate whatever you celebrate. Y'all take care and have a Happy New Year.